often hear people say, I just want to be happy. Why can't I be happy? And the keys to happiness are all things that we look for every day, whether it's a successful career, relationship, our family interactions, or life in general. You may see your particular keys to happiness in the forms of your career, your partner, um, your children that fill you with joy, with a particular accomplishment that you've been able to maintain outside of your home. The top 10 contributing factors to creating your own success story or to being happy start with balance. And so we're going to show you what we've learned over the last 15 years of studying this type of thought to try and get people to, one, better define what happiness means to them, and two, recognize that happiness doesn't come from any one thing, but really it's a number of things. So I'm going to get started with the top 10 contributing factors to creating your very own success story, to making you happy. And number one, and probably most important, is your health. Your health is the most important part of your happiness and of your success, and that's your physical health and your mental health. It's your holistic health. It doesn't matter if you can't buy happiness with money. I mean, we all would like to have a lack of worry, and that comes down the list. But the number one thing that we've seen and heard time and time again is without health, it's really difficult to be happy. And again, that's not just physical health, that's mental health. And sometimes, we all have better days and worse days, both physically and mentally. But in general, if our holistic health is good, if one area is slipping, whether it's our physical or mental health, the other will help counterbalance it and kind of bring it back up. Prevention and a healthy lifestyle are keys to having a happy life. And particularly as we're coming out of a global pandemic and have spent a lot of time both in fear of our physical health and stressing our mental health, recognizing that this was number one was not that difficult to do as we were kind of going through and making the top 10 list. Number two key to happiness is great relationships. No one would argue that great relationships are crucial to a happy and fulfilling life. Whether you seek to build those relationships with your spouse, with children, with family, with friends, the key is to learn how each type of relationship works and to live and embrace those relationships to the fullest of whatever they are. And different types of relationships need different approaches in order for them to be able to be fulfilling and rewarding and great relationships. But at the end of the day, it truly is those interactions with others and our physical health and mental health, or interactions with ourselves, that are the foundation for everything that's going to follow on the list. So great relationships are absolutely critical to a happy and fulfilling life. Number three is financial security. So this comes a little bit further down than some folks think, but that's probably because they've managed to either nail number one and two, or they're so far out of number one and two that they forget that that foundation is necessary. Money can be made and lost, but if there's no one to share it with and there's no one to enjoy having that financial security with, it really isn't all that valuable. If money is not the ultimate measure of success, then we need to look at success in terms of other factors. How are my relationships? Am I happy in life or sad? Is my health good? So again, kind of beating that horse, the financial security piece comes number three on the list because money doesn't buy happiness. Financial security is a means to an end. Living comfortably, saving for future goals, or just getting by every day, paycheck to paycheck, are all things that money can do, but they aren't what will make you truly happy during or at the end of your life. there's so many other factors, like how well you interact with yourself, your family time, your friend time, the contributions you make to the world, the purpose with which you live, that financial security doesn't come number one or number two. It's number three, and it's probably number three from the standpoint of you got to have enough security in order to be able to comfortably survive without significant stress. But beyond that, it really is money buys you the opportunity to enjoy life with and in the company of others and in the environment of great health. Number four is a rewarding career. The work you do should make you feel excited, should make you feel competent, should make you feel satisfied, should make you feel like you have a purpose. The time we spend working is a significant part of our lives, so it's important to find fulfillment in your career to add another element to your success story. Most of us, when we're getting miserable at our job, we go, we need a raise, because we're trying to compensate ourselves monetarily for something we're feeling negatively emotionally, and it just doesn't work. You get the raise and you still don't, it still doesn't solve the problem. A rewarding career, regardless of what that career looks like, if it could provide a basic set of financial security, is going to go a long way to building your happiness, to living with purpose. And so looking for that rewarding career, aligning yourself to that rewarding career, and being excited and satisfied with your career is really important. A lot of people end up watching these videos and listening to other videos like this and reading these types of articles because they have a lack of purpose, and a lot of times that's in their career. And so going with a rewarding career will go a long way to making you happy, as long as it doesn't sacrifice completely your financial security. Number five is time with those we enjoy. Your success and happiness doesn't just come in the form of money, it also comes from time. Do you spend most of your time working? Most people do, and they don't have enough free hours to enjoy their loved ones or the activities that they really like. If this sounds like you, then you've got to consider that a successful life is one that is lived without regrets, which means not only spending more quality time with those around you, but investing some time in yourself too, and we'll talk on some of these, to learn more, to keep yourself healthy, to embrace some of those actions with purpose that kind of bring life holistically to kind of a pinnacle point where you can be happy. Number six is maintain manageable stress levels. If you're stressed out about your work, your money, your relationships, you're not alone. We all go through that. Learning how to manage that stress is the integral part to your life's happiness. After all, chronic illness is often caused by stress that just accumulates over years and years and years and isn't released, and it starts to manifest itself physically and mentally in chronic illness. And so managing your stress is one of the most important things that you can do. A good way to start managing stress is by being mindful and focusing on what's happening in the moment. A lot of our stress is we're worried about things we can't control, or we're worried about things that happen in the future, or that are going to happen in the future, or we think might happen in the future. They haven't happened yet. All we have is now. Or that happened in the past, in which case it's already over. Being focused on what's happening in the moment, being mindful, will help bring those stress levels down. You can do that with a number of techniques. Meditation's one, where it helps kind of close off the distractions from anything else going on around you. Focus on what you've got in front of you, and you'll be in a much, much less stressed position, because you can only deal with what's in front of you right now. Deal with that, move to the next thing. Breathing exercises are also a great way to be able to kind of bring your stress levels down, compartmentalize, focus on the now, and be able to then kind of get yourself regrounded to be able to move forward. But how to manage that stress is going to go, the closer you get to mastery of management of that stress, is going to take you closer to your happy place in your life. Number seven is balanced perspectives. Perspective is a huge factor in determining your life's success, and it goes a long way to keeping you happy. The way you handle the little and not so little setbacks in your life are going to reveal how well you manage everything. We all have bad days. We all have days where we're really up. We all have big stress. We all have dealt with, financial worries and relationship worries and all those components that really can crush the spirit if you don't have a balanced perspective. If you can deal with those with grace and dignity, and you can maintain a positive mindset despite circumstances and learn from your setbacks, like, that will set you apart from the bulk of the folks you meet, and it will also put you in the right perspective to kind of keep your happiness up. So even when you get a punch in the gut, you're able to recover that much faster because you've got a perspective of, hey, this is just a minor setback or a major setback, but I've overcome these before. Other people have overcome these before. I'm going to learn from those experiences. I'm going to continue to progress forward, and I'm not going to let this defeat me. Which leads me to number 8, which is lifelong growth and development. Learning from every situation is central to creating and enjoying a successful life. Value everything you encounter, including the negatives. Pick up lessons, advice, and observe the people around you, and utilize those life lessons to make your day-to-day experiences more memorable, and to leverage that when you do end up with that inevitable down day, to have a toolbox to be able to reach into, pull out, and know that you're going to be able to get to the backside of this thing and be in a much better position. The other thing is keeping our mind active and continuing to grow and develop keeps us young, keeps us energized, keeps us engaged. And so by taking those steps, you're going to continue to build and find your purpose, and purpose is one of the key components to maintaining a happy life. Number 9 is empathy toward others. The key to becoming a better person is understanding that just because you're different from someone doesn't mean you should be treated differently, and vice versa. That different people, we share a common humanity, and having empathy toward others and treating others with respect while knowing we all have our own struggles and baggage is going to make the world more connected, is going to make you feel more connected with the people around you, with the world around you, is going to make you feel like you've got more purpose, especially if people can relate to you and relate to their differences rather than judging them. So if you're able to relate to someone and embrace their differences and utilize that perspective we talked about back in number 8 to kind of understand where they're coming from as well, and kind of look at that perspective, learn from that perspective, you're going to be in a much better position. They're going to be in a much better position, and we're all going to be in a much better position. So empathy toward others will make you much happier. Number 10 is being present. It's important to recognize that we can find happiness and success right now. Constantly striving for a future moment is not the key. We all go, well, I'll be happier when I can retire. I'll be happier next week. I'll be happier when I can get a vacation. I'll be happier. You're as happy today as you're ever going to be right now, because this is all you have is the present moment. So life is full of perfect moments just waiting to be enjoyed. Take the opportunity to be present. Enjoy your present moment. If you're struggling to enjoy your present moment, utilize the other 9 techniques that we've just talked about to get yourself centered, get yourself grounded, get yourself calm and de-stressed. Take a moment to connect with the world around you, to understand your purpose, to be empathetic to those who need you, and then within that presence, begin to drive your day and drive toward FI. Until next time.